Hey everyone, Miss Reimer here with Music Teacher Message. Today's video, I just wanted to talk about practicing over the summer. So over the summer, I think about my students and, just kind of in a hope everyone's doing well kind of way. But I also think about the students who are learning an instrument, whether it's like guitar, ukulele, piano, or band instrument. And I always kind of wonder if they're practicing over the summer. I know it's hard for some students when they're away from their teacher, whether that's for band or for private lessons. And it's hard for some students to kind of stay motivated to practice, or they're not really sure what to work on when they're not meeting with their teacher. So I wanted to talk about that today. So one thing I hear from students is that they're not really sure what to practice if their teacher didn't actually assign anything. And in fact, some students think that if their teacher didn't directly say practice this, that they don't think that they need to practice anything. So I kind of wanted to just talk through some smart things to practice when you're on your own, and if your teacher didn't assign anything, what would be a good idea to spend some time on. So if you are taking private lessons, you probably have lots of books and lots of things that your teacher's given you, and you can go back through those and review a lot of concepts. And the same is true even if you're not taking lessons. If you are in a band or an orchestra or something like that, chances are there's probably a book that you've been working from, and I bet you didn't get through the entire book this school year. So there's usually some things that a teacher will skip over because there might be 3 songs that teach the same concept, and if a student has mastered that concept on one song, they might skip the other 2. So if you're not with a teacher this summer, you might want to go through your book and see if there's any songs that your teacher skipped that you know how to play, and just kind of work through those on your own. Another really easy thing you could do this summer would be to find some old songs that you really enjoyed learning and just kind of review those. It would be a huge shame if everything you've worked on during the school year was forgotten over the summer because you didn't touch your instrument for 2 months. So even if it's not you learning anything new this summer, just staying up on everything that you've learned in the last however many months would be a great idea. So you can do this by going through again if you have an old book, if there's a solo you've been working on. Things like scales and arpeggios, they're not super exciting, but they do come in handy. So it would be a good idea to review some things like that as well. Now, if you're looking for some new music, something I found to be really helpful since I was a beginning clarinet player was to have some music that I really wanted to learn, even if it had nothing to do with what we were doing in band class. I really enjoyed learning music that I liked. So my mom found a Disney solo clarinet book for me when I was in 6th grade, and it had a CD that came along with it to play the background music, and then I would play the part where the singer would normally sing the melody. And I did work on that with my private lesson teacher, and it was so much fun. But it really pushed me as a player because I learned a lot of notes and rhythms and things that hadn't come up yet in my band book, but because I knew the song and I liked the song, I kind of pushed myself to learn harder stuff, just because I really wanted to play a particular song. So if you've never looked into anything like this before, I use a website called Sheet Music Plus, and that's where I order a lot of sheet music. You can look on Amazon, but they don't have as wide of a selection, I don't think. But if you are interested in music from Star Wars or something, you can type in clarinet Star Wars music, or if you want just kind of lots of Disney songs, or if you're I really like Moana or something like that, you can type in trombone music for Moana, or flute music for Harry Potter, or whatever it is that you're into. And you can find tons of songs like that, but you can find a whole book full of them. So it could be like lots of movie themes, or just John Williams music, or just Indiana Jones, or whatever it is that you're into. And I found that to be, yeah, very helpful when I was a young player, to, you know, play songs that I knew. Like I said, I had a Disney book, I had a like jazz book, Broadway songs, things like that. So yeah, I think that helps kids to stay focused and interested in playing their instrument. And that's a great thing to do over the summer. If you don't have anything to practice for a lesson or for like an audition or anything like that, you know, just playing so that you don't forget things is really, really helpful. So find something to practice this summer if you are, you know, in the process of learning an instrument. And I don't think you will regret that. I think a lot of kids in the fall, when they start back up with band or private lessons or whatever, they realize that maybe they should have practiced more over the summer. So hopefully by you watching this, that will not happen to you. So if you know somebody who's playing an instrument, maybe share this video with them. All right, so hopefully those tips will come in handy for you. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.